Probably one of the most famous characters to ever grace the big screens and comic medium, and games as well, and pretty much everything basically. So with all his history, lore, and hundreds of stories, you probably want to know where to start with the Batman. This isn't an easy task because of how many well done stories he has and so many different types of stories. So today I'm going to do my best to break down the best single stories to start with and also the best run to start with. Let's go. Now, the New 52 isn't always the best place to start a lot of these characters from DC, but Batman is a big exception. The Masked Crusader didn't get a full reboot like all the other characters, and while a lot of his history stays intact, we're introduced to a lot of new lore on this run, with the likes of Scott Snyder, not to be mixed up with Zack Snyder, and Greg Capullo. This team decides to not reinvent the Batman, but give some new life into it. The reason it's easy to start is because right from the get-go, Volume 1, The Court of Owls, brings you up to speed on who Batman is, but also a refreshing Bruce Wayne who isn't just a spoiled rich brat for once. And then you finally get past the Court of Owls to City of Owls and then jump right into the Death of Family and 0 Year. You really get a lot of meat to Bruce Wayne, and you get some new lore for Batman, and you don't have to know all the history of past stories to really enjoy this run. So this list is somehow harder to do than the other one because there's a lot of great standalone titles. A lot of famous ones like Long Halloween, Under the Red Hood, Black Mirror, The Killing Joke, The Dark Knight Returns, and many, many more. Which, by the way, you should read all of those eventually, just so you know. However, the two that I'm going to point out today, I believe are the most accessible titles, but also two great titles that get you into the mood for different types of Batman stories. So let's go. Batman Year One is, to me, one of the best stories out there. Frank Miller might be a little crazy now, but back then the man created mostly gold. While some might say that The Dark Knight Returns is better, I'd wager Year One is the more powerful one for the Batman that we know and love today. While Dark Knight Returns gave us that more gritty Batman in a shitty world, Year One gave us the start of Bruce Wayne's transformation into the vigilante. You also get to have some great insight into the mind of Bruce Wayne and the start of it all, and not the brave and bold hero that we know today. The art is also timeless here, as it gives kind of like an old feeling, but it never feels outdated. Hush is on the opposite side of the spectrum. While Year One is a slow build and no major villains at play, Hush is a story all about Batman's villains coming at him. When a mysterious figure is sending villains to track down Batman and give him hell, the Caped Crusader is trying to find out who he is. It's a kind of like a murder mystery. Also, for a second, we actually believe it's someone very close to Bruce Wayne, which gives it a lot more emotional impact. Not to mention, Jim Lee's art is fantastic and worth the price of admission alone. So that's my recommendations for the Caped Crusader. Of course, other people might say different for both of these sections, but I think the majority of people viewing this and wondering where to begin, this will pretty much be very beneficial and an easy way to really experience and enjoy Batman for the first time when you're getting into comics. I hope this helped you today, and I'll link both of the standalone titles and the run below in the information box so you can order them. And everybody have a great day. If you have any questions, leave them below. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe, and share this so more people get into comics like you. Alright, everybody have a good day.